bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will go to work first. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job at confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Back to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's 4th. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. The tag. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Hang on, Swoopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker, it's Johnson. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this off, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got a man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field.
Obviously, third downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the first down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, the receiver was able to make the catch on the slant throw, and then he got north right away. He creased the defense with his speed, picking up extra yardage after catching the slant.
Look out, he's got room. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a draw. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Golden Gophers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this second and short. They'll try to pop the draw. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here in the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He gets a block. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
But we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Back to pass. Intercepted, and the defense is set him up. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this defense taking one back to the house? What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Break breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
This quarterback showing a lot of resiliency here on this drive because first down he got sacked, second in California, he's able to scramble. And while he didn't get the first down, he's able to get a little bit of it back, and he's made this third down manageable now. Let's see if he can make another play here and keep his offense on the field.
Got him downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Golden Gophers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in the pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On the run, it's Fields. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Golden Gophers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum.
Turning it on! And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires downfield. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his 2nd of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that in route.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And the offense has found a lot of success throwing to this guy out of the slot. He's done a nice job working the middle of the field, winning his one-on-one matchups, and this quarterback really feels a good rhythm when he's looking his way.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Oh, better look out! And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try to get outside. There he goes. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. Guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Try to get it to the edge. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Makes the grab. It's West. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
That's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball. Close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Got the first down and still on his feet. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. The give to the back. Past the 30. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Toss to the left. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not...
Breaks into the open. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Makes a man miss. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Connection to the right. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And the Golden Gophers getting set on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Golden Gophers have moved it inside the 20. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Grabbed behind the line, it's Fields. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble.
Woo. I'll tell you what, you feel really fortunate if you're on offense. That's one of those where it takes 13 seconds for that ball to roll out of bounds. You're just trying to make that thing. You're trying to blow it out of bounds. Make sure you don't turn the football over. In such a good position to go take the lead.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no more...
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's McMillan. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it up to 49.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back and pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on it. Nope. Steps out of bounds.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
He fires to the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. The Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it and make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Quarterback moving. He's going to... Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for the season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown, at least for now. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense. A big
picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Looking to throw, it's McMillan. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, They finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the... extended a little far.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They go to the ground. He's in open space downfield. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out they're inside the horseshoe.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. They'll open the second half with a run. Got the 1st down and more. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
In halftime, in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now at wide receiver. You get in his hands quick. He can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver...
He's got it. 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch, keeps the drive alive.
He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark, and you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 to 21 points.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Villa. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Brewer. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, these wide receivers work the middle of the field. So much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Looks as if he's going to run it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
You gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated.
Turning it on! And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw again. Got it behind the line. It's West. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
A great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Takes the handoff. It's 4. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. To the ground with the back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. Let's go! Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Caught in the backfield. It's Brewer. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Here we go. From the gun, running back gets to give. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Caught in the backfield, it's Frederick. Across the 25. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. Ready, break. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Makes the catch. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's running.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call.
Got it.
So they've gotten it down to the one. Couldn't get it in through the air last time, and now it's third down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical fourth down near the goal line. Everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. Two dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs and I'm in scoring position.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they over on downs. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Villa. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Villa. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. He wants to throw it again. Looking for his man. Finds a man on the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have first and goal.
Yeah, and who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Touchdown, Minnesota! Quick strike through the air for the score. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. Breaks into the open. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. And the Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They've got the lead, but here in the 4th quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To the air on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Golden Gophers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a grab past the marker. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Fields.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He's not afraid to go deep. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. All wideouts, no backs. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is.
Oh, you gotta feel it, baby.
Back has it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have...
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. And the Golden Gophers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here we go, final play of the game right here. Looking to throw for it. Under fire. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.